Welcome to the Chop Seat, where Braves country meets the big leagues. Your host Vic is here to break down everything from truest part to the top of the standings across the league. From walk-offs to wild trades, this is your seat for everything baseball, but a heavy dose of chop. So grab your glove and settle in, because the Chop Seat is open.
Welcome to the Chop Seat, your favorite place for Braves, baseball, and the rest of the action from the league. I'm your host, Vic, and today is Friday, July 11th. We're going to get into the action from the previous Braves series. You know what segment that is. We're going to see what happened around the league, and then we're going to see the upcoming series for the Braves. The Braves continue to play disappointing baseball, very inconsistent when it comes to the offense. You're going to see why in just a bit. And exciting, very exciting time because we're about to wrap up the first half of the season. We're going to see how every team has done so far. Next week on Monday, we're going to summarize the standings right before we get to the All-Star game. All-Star game is always such a nice, nostalgic feeling going around. You see your favorite players on the field all at once. It's it just brings it back to me, man, when I was a kid, seeing all those legends, playing all at once. Chipper Jones, Mike Piazza, Roger Clemens, Pedro Martinez. You keep going through the list. You already know what I mean. But yeah, anyways, it's an exciting time. Even though the Braves are sucking, the All-Star game and the home run derby is always exciting for me. So without further ado, let's get into our first segment.
It's time for Tomahawk Takes.
It's time for Tomahawk Takes, where we take a look at the previous Braves series. And Tomahawk Takes is brought to you by SeatGeek. Use code CHOPSEAT, as you can see below, to save $20 off your first purchase on SeatGeek. Again, use code CHOPSEAT, CHOPSEAT, and you're going to get $20 off your first purchase on SeatGeek. You use that to purchase any sporting games, you know what I meant. Any concerts, shows, anything you could think of, you are able to get your tickets on SeatGeek. Again, use code CHOPSEAT for $20 off your first purchase. So, yeah, it was a series against the Athletics. Athletics, not such a good team, not very good. But the Braves still lose a series against them. They cannot win a series for the love of God, honestly. They just can't win a series. First game, we're not going to talk too much about it, but the first game, it was started by the rookie Dayer Fuentes. Remember last episode I said you got to send this kid down, man. He's just getting rocked up here in the majors. That's exactly what happened again. He just got 3 outs in this game. He gave up 5 hits, 8 runs. All those earned 2 walks, 2 Ks. He gave up 3 homers. He has a 3.85 ERA. He definitely took the L in this one. He was sent down after this game. He was sent down finally, probably a couple starts too late, but hey, who's counting, right? He got sent down. It was Nathan Wiles. He was called up to the major league roster as a corresponding move for that. And for the A's, man, it was Jeffrey Springs. He went 6 innings, 6 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 2 Ks. He got the W. He's now 7-6. He has a 3.92 ERA. Before the game, Acuna, he was scratched from the lineup. He came out of he was taken out due to back tightness. And honestly, as the way the game started, again, you kind of knew how it was going. And it was Lawrence Butler for the A's. He started off with a inside the park home run. That was 1-0 quick 1-0 lead for the A's. Nick Kurtz, he hits a grand salami time. Nick Kurtz, that one hurt. It was just a blowout, guys. 10-1 victory for the A's. The lone Braves run came via an Eli White solo shot. That was the only one. Again, 10-1 victory for the A's. We flipped the page. We went to game 2. Game 2, the Braves come out on top in this one, surprisingly, because if you remember last episode, I said the only game I could see them winning was going to be game 3 when Spencer Strider was on the mound. Definitely not Bryce Elder, but hey, that's baseball. I was wrong. Bryce Elder, he actually gets the win in this one. He goes 6 2/3, 8 hits allowed. He was getting tagged here and there, but from some way, somehow, he's able to control it. He gave up 2 runs. Both of those were earned. He had 1 walk and 7 Ks. He's now 3-6 with a 5.65 ERA. He was going up against Mitch Spence. He went 6 innings. The only thing was he was worse than Bryce Elder. That's why the Braves were able to get this W. He gave up 9 hits, 8 runs, all those earned, 1 walk, 3 Ks. He gave up 5 homers in this one. That's the big difference in this ball game. He took the L in this one. He's now 2-5 with a 4.70 ERA. Ronald Acuna Jr., he was back in the lineup, and he struck right away. He hit a leadoff homer. That was number 10 for him for the season. He hits another homer in the top of the 4th, number 11 for him in the season. Drake Baldwin, he also hits number 11 in the season. Austin Riley, he had a 2-run shot. That was number 14 for him. And Marcell Ozuna, the big Barrett, also, he had a minute without hitting a homer. He got into one. That was number 12 of the season for him. And again, this is the offense that we know. This is the offense that we need. We need this offense to come out day in and day out. But they're not able to do it consistently. You only get 1 game of it. This is a trend right now. You're only getting 1 game of a series where they show out, they put the work in, but then the other 2-3 games of the series, they disappear. I don't understand why it's happening, but it really is. I mean, you probably got to give credit to the other teams. They're shutting them down, or a lot of these guys are also chasing too much, way too much. Michael Harris, Ozzy Albies. So, it's just, you wish it would be consistent. If this thing was consistent, this team would have a way better record right now. But that's the main problem. And now you need them more than ever when you lost again. You lost Spencer Schwarzenbach and you lost Chris Sale for quite a while. So you really need the offense to step up if you're going to go anywhere. But like I said, this is the last series we're going to look into in the Braves forecast. This is the last series before the All-Star break. I'm this close to declaring them dead. I really want to declare them dead right now, but we're going to see how they end up doing this final series. And then from there, I'm going to make my call. I will make the call after the final series. But anyways, the big difference was 1 through 6. The 1 through 6 hitters, they all got hits in this game. They all got hits, and that's how you see they put up 9 runs. And then even Ozzy Albies, he drew a walk, and he was in the 7th spot. He drew a walk. So again, you get those 1 through 7, they all got on base. That's a problem. It's going to be a problem, a good problem for us to have, but it just does not happen consistently. It was an easy win for the Braves, like I said, 9-2 victory. And then game three, it was started by Spencer Strider. He went 6 2/3, 5 hits allowed, 3 runs, all those earned, 3 walks, 11 Ks. He has a 3.94 ERA at the moment. He was going up against JP Sears. He went 5 innings, 4 hits allowed, 3 runs, 3 of those earned, no walks, 6 Ks. He now has a 4.79 ERA. And the Athletics actually end up winning this one in extra innings, 5-4 victory in 11 innings. Bottom of the first, man, the Tyler Soderstrom, he crushed a first pitch slider from Spencer Strider. He sent that to oblivion. It probably looked more than it was because of the stadium that they're playing in. I'm not sure the distance. It was a shot though. He got all of it. Regardless, he got all of it. That made it 3-0 A's. In the top of the 4th, the Braves are able to score 3 runs. They tie the ball game, courtesy of a 2-run homer by Jurickson Profar. They had scored 1 run before that. So Profar, he ties the ball game up 3-3. Top of the 7th, Ozzy Albies, he hits a homer. That gives the Braves the lead 4-3. At the bottom of the 8th, with Dylan Lee on the mound, Nick Kurtz, he's back. He hits a solo shot to left field. That tied up the ball game 4-4. And then we go to the extra innings. Top of the 10th inning, you got the ghost runner on second, but Braves can't do anything. They actually had Marcell Ozuna starting off in second. They bring in Eli White to pinch run for him. He ends up stealing third during one of the at-bats. It was Ozzie Albies, Michael Harris the second. They both strike out. Can't even move them over. And then they brought in Drake Baldwin to pinch hit for Nick Allen, the shortstop. He flies out. So nothing going on for the Braves in the top of the 10th. The bottom of the 10th, Lawrence Butler, he's called out on strikes. And then the Braves, they turn a clutch double play. It was a liner hit to the shortstop, Luke Williams, who came in after they took out Nick Allen. He caught a liner. He throws to second. Shea Langoliers is doubled off on second. That ends the inning. So the Braves get out of a close little jam right there. So they get another half inning to see what they can do. And then in the top of the 11th, you got your heavy hitters, man. You got your heavy hitters, the guys that you want up top of the order. Again, the Ghost Runners on second. The Acuna, Olsen, and Riley, they all go down in order. After that, that's GG's already, bro. Because if you got your heavy hitters coming up and you can't score that one run from second, it's over. And that's exactly what happened. The bottom of the 11th, Aaron Bummer, he comes in to pitch. He gets Nick Kurtz to strike out swinging. They then intentionally walk Miguel Andujar, who's pretty much been struggling as of late, but they come in to get that matchup with Tyler Soderstrom, lefty-lefty matchup, and he ends up ending the game with a single. Walk-off single, game over. A's win again, 5-4 in 11 innings. And that was it. That's how the Braves lose the series, guys. Another series lost. 12 games under 500 now. The hole is starting to get deeper and deeper, man. Deeper and deeper. This might be it. Today there was a move made. Right-handed pitcher Kevin Herger, he was DFA'd. And the left-handed pitcher Joey Wentz, old friend Joey Wentz, I believe the Braves drafted him. He came up with the Braves. He was traded to the Detroit Tigers when they got Shane Green with Travis DeMoretti. That's years ago now, but probably like 2018, 2019 maybe. But yeah, he's back in the organization. He was claimed on waivers from the Twins, so he will be probably trying to make some sort of impact soon. Who knows if it's going to be positive or negative? God only knows. We're gonna have to wait and see what happens. You wish they would make some more moves, but pick up some veteran guy that's just sitting around. I don't know. I don't even know what to do at this point, honestly. I really don't know what to do, but we'll see what happens with this series that's coming up. We're gonna take a look at that later on in our final segment. But this is pretty much it for Tomahawk Takes, man. It's pretty somber. It's pretty sad. It's not much to talk about. You get one nice game offensively, but that's about it, really. So, but yeah, that's Tomahawk Takes, guys. We're gonna head into our next segment. You already know which one it is. Here it is, guys.
It's time for the MLB.
It's time for the MLB, where we catch up with the action from around the league. First series we're going to look at, it's the Tampa Bay Rays at the Detroit Tigers. The Detroit Tigers, they win game 1, 5-1. Javi Baez, Zach McKinstry, Colt Keith, they all home run this one. Game 2, it was on Tuesday. The Tigers, they win this one 4-2. That gives the Tigers a 5-game winning streak. But then game 3, Tampa Bay, they're able to hold them off and avoid the sweep on the road. They win this one 7-3. But again, the Tigers, they're able to win 2 out of 3 and win the series. The second series we have is the Colorado Rockies at the Boston Red Sox at Fenway. The Red Sox, they end up sweeping this one. They win the first one 9-3. The second game 10-2. Brian Bello, he goes complete game, 10 Ks. Boston had a 5-game winning streak at this point. And then the final game, they win that one, same score as well, 10-2. That gives them a 6-game winning streak, and they actually won a game yesterday that they had started a series with the Tampa Bay Rays. Now the Red Sox, they have sneaked into a final spot of the AL wildcard. So if the season was to end today, you would have 4 AL East teams in the playoffs. That would be insane. All those teams are in besides the Orioles. So that is honestly such a crazy sight to see if it was to end today. The good thing is it does not end today. We're going to have to play another half of the season to see who gets in at the end. Next, we have the Miami Marlins at the Cincinnati Reds. They had a 4-game set. They end up splitting this one. They alternate wins. Miami wins the first one 5-1. Cincinnati 12-2 in game 2. Game 3. Sorry, no. I messed up, guys. I messed up. The Marlins, they win game 2 12-2. So they alternated after the first 2 games. And then the Cincinnati Reds, they win the last 2 games 7-2 and then 6-0 in a shutout. Then we go to Kansas City. The Royals hosting the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Royals, they get a sweep. They win 9-3 game 1. And then same score in game 2 and 3. They win those 4-3. Then we go to the Chicago White Sox hosting the red-hot Toronto Blue Jays. I feel bad for them White Sox, man, because these guys came in hot. Toronto, they end up winning game 1 8-4. Then that one, the second game ended in 7 innings. Toronto wins this one 6-1. That extended their winning streak to 10 games, but it snapped in game 3 of the series. The White Sox end up winning this one 2-1. But again, hey, Blue Jays got super hot. 10-game winning streak. That's something the Braves could use, man. When are we gonna get a winning streak, guys? Everyone's had a winning streak. You got the Twins already had a winning streak. You got the Cardinals had a crazy winning streak. A whole bunch of teams. Probably even the White Sox had a nice winning streak. Who the heck knows? But the Braves, man, when are we going to get one? Come on, guys. Let us have just one winning streak. That's all we need to get back on track. Anyways, we're going to go to a good, exciting series. We had the LA Dodgers at the Milwaukee Brewers. The Brewers actually end up sweeping them. I think this was the first time they actually sweep the LA Dodgers, which is crazy to say. They win game 1 9-1. Game 2, they win this one 3-1. Jacob Mizorowski, he had 12 Ks in this one through 6. 1 walk, 1 run allowed, and that run allowed was due to Shohei Ohtani, who hit home run number 31 of the season. And then to end off the sweep, the Brewers, they walk it off in game number 3. They win this one 3-2 in 10 innings, thanks to a Jackson Churriel walk-off hit. So again, Brewers, you guys are able to sweep the Dodgers. Good for you. Then we see another sweep in Houston. The Astros are swept by the Cleveland Guardians. Remember, the Guardians, they snapped a 10-game losing streak in game 1. They won that one 7-5. They win game 2 10-6. It takes 10 innings for that one, and then they complete the sweep. They win the final game 4-2. So they turn it around, man. They had a 10-game losing streak. Now they're trying to climb out of that by winning 3 in a row. Good to see from them. Then we go to the LA Angels hosting the Texas Rangers. The Angels, they win game 1 6-5. The Rangers, they come back. They win this one 13-1. Then they alternate wins. The Angels, they win this one 11-8. And then to complete the split, the Rangers, they end up winning game 4 11-4. Then we go to the Arizona Diamondbacks at the San Diego Padres. Another 4-game set. The Diamondbacks, they win game 1 6-3. And this one, Manny Machado gets hit number 2,000 of his career. He joins the only active players right now that we have with 2,000 hits. He joins Freddie Freeman, Jose Altuve, Andrew McCutchen, and Paul Goldschmidt. I mean, honestly, if Machado keeps it up, man, he should be a Hall of Famer. We'll see when it's all said and done. The Padres, they come back and win game 2 1-0 shutout, real close one. The Diamondbacks, they come back and win game number 3 8-2. And then game 4, Fernando Tatis Jr., he hits number 16 of the season, homer number 16. And Manny Machado, he does the same thing as well. They lead the Padres to a 4-3 victory. Next, we go to Philadelphia at San Francisco. The Giants, they defend home turf. They win game 1 3-1. They win game 2, a crazy game, crazy inning. They win this one 4-3 in the bottom of the ninth. They walk it off. It was a walk-off inside the park, 3-run homer. Yes, you heard that right. By the catcher, by the way, Patrick Bailey. So it was a walk-off inside the park, 3-run homer. He hits it over there to what was it? Blanking out right now. Hits it to right field. It bounces off that brick wall. Ball bounces towards center field. You got to watch it, man. If you guys haven't watched it, make sure you go ahead. It was an exciting. That's probably the most exciting way you can end the ball game, to be honest. Because I mean, walk-off home runs are good, and they're going over the wall. But this dude has to run the entire diamond. He's able to do it, so you can't get a more exciting walk-off than that. But then game 3, the Phillies, they battle back to avoid the sweep. They shut the Giants out 13-0. Next, we go to the New York Mets at the Baltimore Orioles. The Mets, they end up stealing game 1, 7-6 on the road. They win this one in 10 innings. They were rained out on Wednesday, so they had a doubleheader on Thursday. And surprisingly, the Orioles, they able to sweep the doubleheader. They win game 1 of the doubleheader 3-1. And then game 2, 7-3. So the Orioles, Baltimore, they end up winning this series. Then we go to the Seattle Mariners at the New York Yankees. Game 1, it was a 10-3 victory for the Yankees, but you had the 2 best power hitters in the American League go yard. Aaron Judge, he hits number 34 of the season. Cal Raleigh, big dumper, he hits number 36 of the season in this one. And then we go to the game 2 on Wednesday. Right before this one, DJ LeMahieu, he ends up being DFA'd by the Yankees. He's still owed $22 million through next year, I believe. That they end up moving Jazz Chisholm back over to second. And he had a good game, and he had a solo shot in this one and a 2-run homer as well. He leads the Yanks to a 9-6 victory in this one. And then the final game of the series, this one was crazy because Brian Wu, bro, he had a no-hit through 7 innings. They were up 5-0. Jazz Chisholm, he comes up again. There goes his name up again. Now he breaks it up in the bottom of the 8th. He breaks up the no-hitter. They end up scoring 2, I believe, in the bottom of the 8th. Then they tie it up in the bottom of the 9th, and then it was a crazy comeback from the Yanks, man. You guys were down 5-0. Very impressive. I believe it was Aaron Judge. He hits a walk-off sac fly. Anthony Volpe, bro, he had a nice swim move at home plate to avoid the tag. He gets right in there. He scores a winning run. Ball game over. The Yanks complete the sweep and the walk-off. They have now won 4 games in a row. So, yeah, they won this one 6-5 in 10 innings. Then we go to Minnesota. The Twins facing the visiting Chicago Cubs. The Twins, they take game 1, 8-1. They take game 2, 4-2. About to sweep the Cubs in game 3 with PCA, Pete Crow Armstrong. He has other plans. He hits 2 homers in this game. He leads the National League in WAR right now. That's something you're into. If you're into WAR, Pete Crow Armstrong is your go-to guy in the National League. The Cubs, they win the final game 8-1 to avoid the sweep. Then we have the St. Louis Cardinals hosting the Washington Nationals. The Cardinals, they take game 1, 4-2. Nationals come back and win game 2, 8-2. And who's going to win the series is it's the Cardinals. They end up winning the rubber matchup. They win the series 8-1 victory in this one. And that was it, right? Yeah, that was it. That was it for the week. Actually, like I said, Boston, I mentioned this earlier. Boston started a series yesterday with the Tampa Bay Rays. They won that one 4-3. So that makes it 6 wins in a row for them. And then we had the Cleveland Guardians at the Chicago White Sox. They were going to start a 4-game set, but that one got rained out. So they'll be playing a doubleheader today. I think the first one should be underway already. So that was it for the scores for the matchups. The series that are starting tonight through the weekend, the final series of the first half, you're going to have the Miami Marlins at the Baltimore Orioles. This is going to be a good one here. Make sure you keep an eye on this one. 2 very good teams. Their respective leagues. The Chicago Cubs will be in the Bronx facing the Yankees. Then you have the Colorado Rockies at Cincinnati Reds, Seattle Mariners at the Detroit Tigers, Tampa Bay at Boston. That's going to be a good one because you got 2 teams that are in the hunt, 2 teams that are in the playoff picture, as I mentioned earlier. Next, you have the New York Mets at the Kansas City Royals, the Texas Rangers at the Houston Astros, a battle for Texas. Then you have the Pittsburgh Pirates at the Minnesota Twins, Cleveland Guardians at the Chicago White Sox, like I mentioned. You have the Washington Nationals at the Milwaukee Brewers, the Arizona Diamondbacks at the LA Angels, the Philadelphia Phillies at the San Diego Padres. Keep an eye on that one. The Toronto Blue Jays at the Athletics. And another one to keep an eye out on, as always, is the LA Dodgers at the San Francisco Giants. And then you're going to have the Atlanta Braves facing the St. Louis Cardinals. You're going to see a little bit about that series coming up next. The headlines around the league. Let's see what we got. We had the Futures game. That's going to be on Saturday. Make sure you keep an eye on that. I think the Celebrity game is also on Saturday. If that's something you like to watch, I'm probably going to watch it, to be honest. I won't be going anywhere. Sunday, it's the MLB draft. And who has the number one pick? The Washington Nationals. They have the number one pick. This is the first time they have the number one pick since 2010 when they ended up drafting Bryce Harper. So, yeah, keep an eye on that. Let's see who they're able to draft. The Home Run Derby, that's going to be on Monday, 8 p.m. Who do you have? Let me know who do you guys have, man. We got Ronald Acuna Jr., Kyle Raleigh, Big Dumper. We got James Wood representing the Nationals, Byron Buxton representing the Twins, O'Neal Cruz from the Pirates, Junior Caminero from the Rays representing DR Santo Domingo. We're going to see how he does. Brent Rooker of the A's, and Jazz Chisholm Jr. of the New York Yankees. So let me know in the comments, man. Let me know who you guys have. Let me know ASAP. And then some more news. We got supposedly the ABS system is going to be in place for the All-Star game. Whatever you guys want to do, whatever. It's whatever. It really is whatever. You guys should have had it in place this year. And honestly, a little take for me. I think, honestly, man, I think these guys, the umps have been doing, I think they've been doing it on purpose, man. Because they've been missing some really, really bad calls when it comes to calling balls and strikes. I think they did it on purpose just to, try push this thing a little bit more. I don't know. That's just my take on it. Well, not that the umps want to do it, but the league is probably pushing it on them because I'm pretty sure the umps don't want that. But anyways, the All-Star game, that's going to be the ABS system and the All-Star game. That's going to be on Tuesday at 8 p.m. So make sure you keep an eye out for that. The Midsummer Classic. What else we got? Well, I'll do the rosters on Monday because I'm pretty sure there's going to be a few more additions. Some players are taking out. Maybe they have a start on Saturday or Sunday, so they won't be able to pitch for Tuesday's All-Star game. So on Monday, we will do the full rosters for both teams. And I believe that's it for the MLB for today. Quick one. Quick hitting MLB. And now let's head into our next and final segment.
It's time for your Braves forecast.
It's time for the Braves forecast where we look at the upcoming Braves series. And that's going to be a series on the road against the St. Louis Cardinals. The Cardinals are 50-44. The Braves are coming in 12 games under 500, 40-52. They're 13.5 games back from the NL East, 10 games back from the wild card. The only good thing here is that this is one of the teams that are in front of you when it comes to the wild card standing. So you could take advantage if you want to try and end the first half on a good foot, on the right foot. But we'll see how they come out. Game one is going to be started by Grant Holmes. He's 4-8 with a 3.44 ERA. He's going against Matthew Liberatore. He's 6-6 with a 3.70 ERA. That's going to be at 8:15 p.m. Eastern start time. Game 2 and Game 3 are going to start at 2:15 p.m. Eastern. For the Braves, it's going to be our friend, a good friend, TBD. You're going to have to wait and see who that is going to be. And it's going to be Eric Fetty for the St. Louis Cardinals. He's 3-9 with a 4.79 ERA. And then Game 3, again, our good friend. He's going back-to-back nights, TBD, in the building. He said, forget 5 days rest. We're going back-to-back nights or back-to-back days. He's going up against Sonny Gray, who's 9-3 with a 3.51 ERA. Nice season there so far for Sonny Gray. Wish we had him on our squad. Topless. Anyways, that's who's going to be starting those games. For the Braves, they have a 16-30 record on the road. Let's see if they can improve it. Hopefully they can. We'll see what they do. Austin Riley, he's a career 352. He has a career 352 batting average. Can't even speak against the Cards with 10 homers and 23 RBIs. For the Cardinals, you got to keep an eye on Brendan Donovan. He has 10 hits, 3 homers, 6 RBIs in the last 11 games. And Wilson Contreras, he is another guy to keep an eye on. 12 homers and 52 RBIs. I saw the lineup was announced for Game 1, which is a bit exciting because, you do know that it does seem like Marcell Ozuna, he's been hurt. He's just been hurt. You could tell. You're going to have both catchers playing in this one. It's going to be Sean Murphy in DH. He's going to be hitting cleanup. Drake Baldwin playing catcher in the 6th spot. Ronald Acuna Jr., he's going to be leading off. Matt Olson batting 2nd. Austin Riley at 3rd. As I said, Murphy cleanup. Profar batting 5th. Baldwin batting 6th. Ozzie number 7. Nick Allen 8. And then Michael Harris the 2nd batting 9th. So we've been having so many different lineups. I still think you got to move Acuna to 2nd. Put him in the 2 spot. Let me get Profar batting 1st. Acuna 2 spot. Michael Harris 9th. And then you could keep the lineup the way it is pretty much from now. So, we'll see how it goes with Ozuna being out. Again, we know he's hurt. They say that he's okay or whatever. The guy has a tear in his hip. He's not okay. That's usually where you're going to generate a lot of your power from. So, give him a night off and see how this offense can do with this lineup going out there. But yeah, we'll see if the offense can continue. If it's going to continue to be weak. We don't want it to continue to be weak, but we're going to see if this might spark something else. And then those TBD games, I'm pretty sure one of those is going to be an opener. So, the Braves are already at a disadvantage when it comes to that. And it pretty much is the offense. We already know. I'm not going to mention what we need to work on. It's the offense. Offense needs to be consistent. So that's all I got for the Braves forecast. Thank you guys for the support. Continue to tune in, sharing the show. Share it. You got a baseball friend, baseball lover. Send the show to them. What else we got? I'm blanking out today, guys. I'm kind of winging this thing today. We're gonna put up the Roger Clemens interview. I'm gonna put it as a bonus episode right after this one, so it'll be on the audio feed. If you want to see it, the video version is gonna be Friday, 6 p.m. on my brother-in-law's channel on YouTube, MC's Audio, Mike in New Haven. You'll be able to find it just searching those keywords. You'll be able to find it. It'll be up there. So anyways, thank you again. Thank you guys for continuing to tune in, for the continued support. We're gonna do one more episode on Monday. Then we're gonna enjoy the All-Star break, and we're gonna talk home and derby. We're gonna talk All-Star game. We're gonna talk first halves. We're gonna talk league leaders in the first half. We're gonna do all that. I'm gonna do a nice little recap for the first half. So thank you again, guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. And we will see you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend.